Hey, how's it going, guys? Jackson here with PCBros.tech, and today I'm going to be doing a little video showing you guys how to use antivirus, Windows Defender, stuff like that. The best recommendations that I have for you guys at home in order to, for one, save money and also keep your computer safe and not have a lot of bloatware installed. So just a heads up, this video is going to kind of coincide with this video right here, which is how to update drivers and optimize to fix crashes on a PC. There's definitely a lot of good tips on this video as well that kind of go beyond the antivirus stuff, but we're definitely going to touch on some of the same things that can help you find viruses and bloatware and malware, and basically there's things that you don't need in your computer that'll help out a lot. So the first thing that I always do whenever I have like a new PC built is I basically will just go over to Windows Security. So Windows Security is on Windows 10 and 11. I'm on 10 right now. So it'll look a little different on 11, but still does the same stuff. So as you can see here, this is actually a built-in virus and threat protection. So it's literally Malwarebytes or Avast or any of those companies like McAfee that a lot of people use at home, and they also come on a lot of pre-builts from HP, Dell, you name it. Those are not needed because for one, they want you to pay. So what's nice about any computer that you install Windows on is it has Windows Defender built in. That's what their Windows Security is called. It comes with the PC. You really can't get rid of it, but you can actually turn it off or disable it. Or if you do decide to buy an antivirus or download one of the free ones that'll eventually charge you, they will kind of override this until you uninstall them. So if you happen to have a PC that already has like McAfee installed, you'll be able to see it. If you look at all of these here, it'll be running in the background, or you can open up Task Manager. You really want to uninstall that because it is going to charge you eventually, or it's going to want to charge you. And in my opinion, those are major bloatwares. They cause your PC to run slower because they're very taxing. They're always running in the background. Windows Defender, on the other hand, built in. It is very untaxing. It doesn't really take a whole lot to run it. And you can even do scans here. So you can actually do different types of scans, like full scans, custom scans. You can choose where you want to check. You can even do offline scans where if you're, not wanting to connect to the internet because you have a horrible virus, which that's one thing I do recommend. If you have some weird pop-up that keeps happening, as long as you're not connected to the internet, there's nothing that they can get from you. If your PC is disconnected from Wi-Fi or Ethernet and you can't get on the internet, there's nothing that an attacker can do unless they physically come to your house or work and get on your computer. So a lot of people freak out about that. Whenever someone brings PC Bros like a laptop or a desktop that has a virus, they think that has a virus, we don't get on the internet because obviously if you get on the internet, that's going to open your computer up to those threats, especially if they've already gotten in. So that's where something like this can be amazing. It takes a little bit, but it will find any of the problems. Now, another thing you have to remember is a lot of these viruses, which are just pop-ups that come from Internet Explorer or Firefox or Bing or Google Chrome, whatever, they come from websites. A lot of people really love looking at news sites. So you can see here I'm like on CNN. So what'll happen a lot of times is you'll end up clicking on something like this, one of these links here. And so what'll happen is those links will cause pop-ups in the background. So if you've ever seen those links or those pop-ups where it's like, oh, you have a virus, you have a virus, you have a virus, and they're freaking out, that's just the internet. Whatever tab you're opening that's displaying that, you don't actually have a virus 99% of the time. Nothing has been installed, because if I just go to a website, typically it shouldn't auto install anything as long as it's a trusted site. So as long as you're not going to any really weird out there websites, if you're going to YouTube or really any major news site or any social media website, they're not just going to automatically start downloading something. You actually have to click something first, like this ad, and then you actually have to go through and click like a .exe file and press download. You have to do a lot more than just look at a website to get a virus. So if you ever see one of those pop-ups come up, just don't click them. You need to X out of them or use Task Manager. And if you're really worried, run a scan. If the scan doesn't find anything, nothing has been installed. Now I want you guys to see, I actually have a special extension installed, and there's really nothing special about it. Anybody can get it. It's called Adblock. So I'm on CNN.com right now. Adblock knows that. I'm going to show you guys how to install these, by the way. And as you can see, it has blocked 45 pop-ups on this page, and it has blocked over 51,000 pop-ups in total just since I've had Google Chrome running, which is pretty insane. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pause Adblock on this website. Here we go. So now we're not blocking, and look at how much, first of all, look at the website is like freaking out, but if you look, we're definitely getting a lot more ads now. Yeah, so like literally I'm just trying to browse this website and it pops this up. Like, I don't honestly know why people even use news websites, because they're horrible. They just have crap like this 24/7. So honestly, my recommendation is stay away from news sites and get ad block. So you're gonna go to these little guys right here. And by the way, this is pretty similar for like Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge or Firefox. They pretty much all can have extensions. So you're gonna go to extensions, and I can see what extensions I already have, but then you're gonna go here and you're gonna go to the Chrome store. And then there's actually a lot of different stuff you can get through the extension store, but these are all pretty much free. I mean, they do have paid versions, but nobody ever uses them. And as you can see, we got a lot of stars. I mean, that's just how many stars they have. They probably have well over 3 million downloads a piece. I mean, at least. And these are all just pretty much 5-star ratings across the board. So ad blocks are really good. They're not perfect. They don't block everything, as you can see. So let's turn it back on real quick. If it'll let me unpause ad block, and then we're going to refresh. So check it out. Look at how many ads it is blocking as they try to pop up. Like, these are, every time you see that number go up, that's another ad that has tried to pop up. Now, if I scroll, it's going to get even worse because they're just constantly trying to pop up. So yeah, once again, I hate news websites, but if you just absolutely have to look at them, get an ad blocker. Now, another thing too that I see a lot of people do is incognito mode. So incognito mode, in a sense, is just a very simple way to open up a tab or a new browser that is not tracked, essentially. So you can see right here, I right clicked on Google Chrome. I'm clicking new incognito window, and so it'll tell you everything it does. It basically, Chrome itself, Google Chrome, does not save your browser history. It doesn't save any cookies or site data, so no pictures or anything will be saved. Information entered in forms, and then your actual activity, though, the actual internet service provider can still see that, and that's not really you really can't fix that. I mean, you can get VPNs, but at the end of the day, a VPN is most of the time still traceable by your internet service provider, because at the end of the day, to access a VPN, you're still doing it through your internet service provider. I mean, they're still the ones that are allowing you to get onto the internet. So I really, in America, don't recommend VPNs that much personally, but if you have to use them, go for it. Just make sure that they're very trusted, because a lot of them are known for having some major security issues. So that's just me, but once again, Incognito comes with pretty much every browser. It's free. I don't recommend downloading browsers just for Incognito, because a lot of times they're very sketchy browsers. I mean, there's a reason that people make those browsers. All right, so now we've kind of talked about like the actual cautionary maintenance and preventative stuff. We're just going to kind of keep looking at some of these settings. So as you can see, virus and threat protection, very nice. You can do all kinds of different scans. Now, if you go to like firewall protection, these are usually just going to be automatically enabled. I recommend just leaving them set to on, but you can select certain apps to be allowed through. You can do advanced settings to change like certain ports and stuff like that and how they interact, but I just recommend just leave them on to their highest security. App and browser control, I recommend leaving on. This is basically for mainly Microsoft Edge, but it also works really well for like Google Chrome and stuff like that, where you can see here you can actually enable and disable certain things. Like here, potentially unwanted app blocking. Why not? Because the way I look at it is, if something happens, it will ask you. It'll basically say, hey, what is this? Are you sure you want to install it? Like, we don't recommend this. And you can press install anyway. So it doesn't like get rid of anything. It doesn't take away your freedom. You just have to double check it, which is nice. Now, in a lot of times this will not be enabled, by the way. This will be automatically kind of disabled. You just press enable. It'll auto enable it. And then the last thing really is device security. So this is going to be kind of like a more Windows 11-y feature with certain hardware. If you have like TPN, which is trusted computing something's trusted platform monitoring, I don't remember, but TPN 2.0, which is like on newer PCs, or if you have like secure boot, there's certain things you can enable, disable here. It's like I said, I mean, it's not really anything super crazy, and it just depends on if your PC has it. But the most important ones to remember are virus and threat protection, Windows Defender, and I recommend having this stuff, app and browser control, turned on. So now that we've talked about all of the antivirus stuff and ad blocker, I want to show you guys two more things. So number one is if we go to add or remove, and this is going to be the same through Windows 7 all the way through Windows 11. It used to be called like uninstall program, but this is really important to me because you can see exactly how many apps are actually on your PC. So these are all the installed apps, not necessarily ones running, but the ones that are just on your PC. And a lot of times you can find sketchy apps through this if you just kind of know what you're looking for. Now, this does take a while to kind of master, if you will. So like I can look at all this stuff and I can tell like everything here is safe. It's all stuff that I use. Now, if I saw like, let's say like Bing browser extension, blah, blah, for some reason, a lot of websites and a lot of launchers, I don't know why, but Bing's always built into them. They get secretly installed. I know I didn't install that. So what I do is I would go to like here and I'd press uninstall, and that would get rid of it. Now, if you want to remove like McAfee, like the built-in, not the built-in, but the antivirus software that comes with a lot of like HP and Dell, you just do the same thing. You press remove. I do recommend checking this every so often, especially if you feel like your computer's being a little weird, because you might find an app that you know you didn't install in here. Just be careful, because like all this stuff, the Microsoft Visual, that's important. The Microsoft framework, like anything that says Microsoft is usually very important. So I don't recommend uninstalling stuff like that. And now the very last thing is going to be a command prompt task. You type in CMD, you right click, you go to run as admin. And now you're going to type in all my videos I just show how to do this because it's very important. So SFC slash, so you do a space, scan now. So SFC space / scan now, you press enter, and it's going to say, hey, this is going to take a little bit. This basically goes through all of the Windows files, and you can be offline to do this sometimes, but I do recommend being online so it can actually find these files online and pull them if it needs. But it basically scans all of your basic Windows files, and if it finds any that are corrupt or missing, it actually replaces them with a new good file, which is pretty awesome. And it's very often that this fixes blue screens. It's very often that this will fix, like, if you do have any kind of weird virusy kind of things, this can sometimes find those and fix them, because a lot of times if you do have a serious virus or like a Trojan horse or malware, they'll sometimes get like into the Windows files, and doing this can sometimes find them and go, oh, that's weird, these files are removed or the code got rewritten, let's replace them real quick. So I do recommend doing this from time to time, just really for fun if you want to, or if your PC is having problems like blue screens or you think you have a virus, do this along with the antivirus scan. So once again, just to recap, Windows Defender, Windows Security, sometimes you can search Defender Security, like you can see here, Windows Defender Firewall. This is kind of like the Windows 7 style, but yeah, you can get to it a few different ways. I like actually using like the Windows 10, Windows 11 way of going like Windows Security, and then right here, it is literally a full antivirus software built into Windows. And the best part is it doesn't have any pop-ups, it never asks you for money because you can't really pay for it. And on top of that, you can do multiple different types of scans and stuff like that. And I have actually found and isolated viruses with this software many times, and yeah, never had any problems with it. You can even set it to auto run virus scans at certain times and stuff like that. You can even see like history of when you've isolated certain threats and where they came from and who they were from. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, we actually found some corrupt files and just repaired them. But yeah, if you did find this video helpful, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to see anything else to help you out with PC Bros as far as building computers or how to do stuff similar to this, let me know in the comment section down below. Peace out, guys.